It is, I don't even know, what day is it? Let's go with Thursday, the 29th. I don't even know. Lost track. This is going to be in place of the weekly video. I'm doing a little job, doing an EICR for a friend who's done me a solid. He's a plumber. We had some problems with plumbing, believe it or not. The boiler not working properly, losing a lot of pressure. I was having to top the boiler pressure up 2 times a day, losing about 4 bar of pressure. Obviously, because it was 2 bar and I lost it, and another 2 bar before people tell me I put 4 bars worth of pressure in my boiler. And he's got a rental, so we're going to go and do an EICR. It's being rented tomorrow. So it's had a full refurb, so we're going to have a look at that. But I hope you've had a lovely Christmas. I've had a great one. Very, very relaxing. Put on probably the stone that I lost a couple of weeks ago, which isn't a problem. That's what it was there for. Start again now. I brought my water with me. I got a few little errands to run. I brought my niece a Kindle, which I agreed with my brother and my sister-in-law. And they decided to get her one as well. So it came around to Boxing Day, and I saw that she had one. So this is going back to the shop. Nice one. I've got the van is absolutely ridiculously rammed full of cardboard and wrapping paper, and we're the half. Don't know if your other half does this. Every year, kid gets new presents. She does a little declutter of the bedroom, chucks away stuff that doesn't fit him anymore, they don't play with anymore, just to make room for the new stuff. The kids dread it. Every time mom goes in and shuts their door in and around Christmas time, you know there's going to be tears. And she actually threatened to do it with my office very soon, so I need to sort that out. So I've got that all to get rid of at the unit. The bin's already full, so it's just going to get caked into the unit. Pick up the tester. We need to go across to Aldi, because today apparently Aldi started selling Prime. I know. I've been given the journey to go across to Aldi to see if I can buy 1 bottle of Prime that looks like a lollipop for £1.99. Got to go to B&Q to get some filler if I don't have any in the van. But coming off the journey, we're going to go to Aldi first because it's the closest for me. Nip to the unit and then to the job. Well, it's no surprise to anyone that apparently it all started out within 10 minutes at Aldi. It's been a while since I've been at the unit. I actually came here, I think Christmas Eve in the morning, because me and my brother were meant to go out for a drink, just to catch up and, you know, Christmas and all that. We never really see each other than when I work at his work, which is very rarely. But we didn't have time to go for a drink, so we came here in the morning and made ingots. Absolutely mint. He's never done it before. But yeah, it was good fun. We made a brass one. So obviously none of them are sanded. But yeah, it was just a nice little thing to do with my brother. Right, I'll show you how much stuff I have in the van, because it is hideous. Also, hopefully, that's going to get finished, because so many people ask me all the time as of next week, and I can let you know what I'm doing with it. Right, I've just emptied, done what I need to do and put stuff in the van. One thing that annoys me, because I've literally just I've wasted 20 minutes of my life just going back through my Ring cameras. People use my bin. I really don't have that much of an issue with it. Normally, it's literally like a beer bottle. For some reason around here, people drink beer in the middle of the day. But it's a bag of rotten food. Like there's salad, there's cucumbers, there's half a kebab. It's all, and I opened the bin. I don't know, I said mate to you, sorry, mate. It stunk, and I got a bad gag reflex anyway, and I was heaving. I thought, I'm not having this. Because I saw an envelope in it amongst all the food. I thought, nah, I'm going to chuck it at their door. And as I went to pick up the bag split, it just got so much worse. Got so much worse. Just left it there. I got. Yes, what I mean about gag reflex. So I've just gone back through the camera and think, nah, sod it. I'm going to find out who it was. I was hoping on the envelope it would say the address, but I couldn't even get the envelope out. It was covered in stuff. But yeah, it just really annoys me. Like, I can't put a lock on the bin, because then the bin men come up, they wouldn't get the lock off to do it. And I don't want to keep it in the unit, because I don't know the bin men change the days that they come on, and I'm not here all the time, so I can't leave the bin out for them to empty it. It's just so annoying. Like, I think you saw that. Like, it's one of the things that shouldn't annoy people, but I'll think about this for hours now and be fuming for the rest of the day, because it's like someone has used my bin. Anyway, right, let's go to the job. Let me know if you're the same or I'm just weird, please. Right, I'm here, just filling in all the ICR, and beautiful. So they've had, sorry about I think it's the LED lights. They've had a new board on from someone that I know very well. So I know it's, let me turn them lights off because I can see that on the screen. There we go. I know the wall's going to be done very well. I know the guy, I know the company. They've done great stuff for years. So they've been around, I think, just as long as I have. Fuse box board, RCBOs. Got the clamp meter out to double check. We've got a whisker box there, joining through what looks like the rings. We've got going up to here for an ISO. I think there's an outside socket, but I'm just trying to figure it all out. I've not been here long. I've just got a ZE, PFC. I'm going to do my PFFC now. Earth clamp meter, we've got 2.7 milliamps worth of earth leakage. But my other half just FaceTimed me from our bedroom, which is in the loft, and our shed's open. Our shed faces away from the house to the back of the house. And there was a long plant pot that we moved to the back gate, because there's an alleyway down the back of our house. The plant pot's been moved as the gate's been open and left, and the shed doors are wide open. So she's going to go and double check that and FaceTime me in a minute, so someone could have broken into the shed over the Christmas period, and we've not known about it. I've got cameras everywhere, but the only thing cameras are going to do now is just watch your stuff disappear. So I'll keep you posted on that, but that's annoying. iPad set out, I'm just going to start filling this in. We've got 4 breakers. We've got a sockets, boiler, sockets, lights, and then there's no sticker further down for a 32 amp, which is going to be the 6 mil for the cooker or shower, but it's going to be a cooker. Done a cracking job here. Got nice lights everywhere. Probably going to interrupt the screen again going through into here. This is the nice kitchen. Beautiful. I've not been upstairs yet, but I'm going to drop a few of these lights. They're going to be fire rated because I can tell what make they are. I think they're Bell, and equally they're going to be made off correctly, but we will double check because this is my name going against it. This is my mate's stuff. He's a plumber, obviously flex and stuff for boiler wiring, but straight in my basket. Update on the shed saga. The shed was open, but luckily for me, it is such a mess that if someone had tried to get in it, they'd looked at it and gone, not worth it. But someone has definitely come in the garden. She went over the gate, the top lock was off the gate was easily pushed open, and the plant pot had moved as well. I only put that there for when we had a kitten, so I put that there, but the gate's not been open for me for 6 months, so someone's been in the garden. I'll have a look at the cameras later. Here you can see you've got doubled up 1 mils for the lighting circuits, which means the age of the property, it 100% means that you've got a combined neutral for upstairs and downstairs lights. It's very, very common. That's why they're on the same one, happy with that. You've got all the grey insulation within the fuse board. You've got 5 grommets on the back here and here. You've got your tails gland. You've got stuffing glands here. You've got stuffing glands on the whisker box with the tails going down into the floor. This is an old property with a raised floor. Yeah, everything's looking up. I'm just going to start the testing. I filled the iPad out as best of my knowledge, done the schedule of works. So I'm going to drop a few light fittings down, here, into the kitchen, a few socket fronts off. I think it's such an old place. There's a double one here, and that's it in the lounge. So we can do what we can do, but just pull some fronts off, have a bit of inspection, and start the testing. Okay, so on further inspection, these aren't new lights. These have been here for quite a while, looking at the scratches and everything on there. Hello. And it's wide in flex. We've got cables within the enclosure. These are the JCC or these the hybrid 9s? Why doesn't it say on it? Am I being dumb here? Well, it says 901. Doesn't say on it. They look like hybrid 9s. I fitted these years ago, but they stopped selling them, Christ, 3 years ago maybe. So this isn't the same guy who's done the board, but it's flex, so I need to double check on fixed wiring with flex. I really personally don't see an issue with it, but some people don't like flex, which is silly because I use flex quite a lot when I do garages, to switches, to sheds, that sort of stuff, and that's fixed wiring. So I'm going to drop a few more. Annoyingly, it's lath and plaster and they've been painted on, so that one came out all right, but it's just the more you take down, the more of a chance you've got ruin in the ceiling, but it's got to be done. Okay, I take outlet fronts off when the power's still on. This helped me. I'm a competent electrician. We all know this. I hope we all know this by now. I do this to see if we're going to get any sort of interruption, anything happens with any cables, if anything's loose. I'm not sticking my fingers in it, I'm just pulling the fronts out, and sort of that's the way I do it. Realistically, it's up to you. If you want to do it live, you've been taught to do it, sorry, if you want to do it dead, you've been taught to do it dead, do it your way. This is how I do it. Straight away, you got two-way switching. The bottom cables have just fell out of both. And I noticed this was a bit of an issue. As I was taking this terminal pin out, it started to flicker. And I thought it was a problem with the switch, but no, they're completely out. So yeah, that's our first thing. Put the lights back. I took 2 lights down in here. I'm going to take them all off. In here, we took this switch off. It's all earthed. I was not too sure because we've got the wooden frame around it. Honestly, it's very dark. Got the wooden frame around it. I thought, oh, here we go. Age of property. You would have thought there would be a wooden back box, which is what I do find every now and then, but that's fine. Put that back on. Took this light down. One NT&E in here. Same light fittings throughout. So this definitely hasn't been done new, these, because the marks on the bezel and everything, unless they've been clattered in someone's van for the past year and they've just gone, I've got the perfect job for these. Bang them in here. I'll turn the power off, I'll screw them back in, and then I'll have to wander upstairs because I still haven't been upstairs yet. Right, I'll figure out why I just tried to screw them up and don't work. It's because there's no screws in the bottom whatsoever. So someone has consciously gone, put that switch on there, but there's no screws, but it's fine, I'll just wedge them in. At least double it over, mate. At least, you know, wedge it in a bit. I'm just gonna get a new switch now, I'm thinking about it. Ring's done, just gotta go and do a ZS upstairs. Doing my R1 and R2 now on the lighting circuit. Obviously, we've got 2 lighting circuits here. So what we will do with that one is take a measurement from downstairs and upstairs, and we just put the highest reading in. That's how we do it. It's classed as 1 circuit. And then we've got the boiler circuit on there as well. So we'll do a dead test on that. We'll liven it all up in a minute. I've got the cooker to do, but I'm struggling to find the cooker isolator. So I'm trying to ring my mate to see where about it is. It's on a 6mm on a 32 amp. But the oven does look like it could be on a 13 amp plug. I just hope it's not behind the oven. It's not the end of the world. I can just note it down, and I would probably put it down as a C3 to not be able to isolate the oven locally, but you can isolate from the board in case of an emergency. You don't have to have cooker isolators, so I've been told from people much cleverer than me, but everyone interprets regs their different way. So let's go get some dead tests on these. Have I found a little treat for you? Right, just going through room by room, got to the bathroom, and the lights were ever so slightly dim. Couldn't figure out why. I was like, I turned the light on, turn the pull cord, and all the lights come on, but then the extractor turned off. Then we pulled some lights down. So you can tell this was done a long time ago because the Wagos are really old. So these are the old style ones till they went to the 221s, which is like the orange and clear, which you all know and love and see today. That might be the issue. Looks like IKEA light fins. So there's obviously a problem. None of the earths are connected. Not that that really makes a difference because these are all class 2 fittings and that's a class 2, which normally I really do moan. And if you're going to do lights, there's no reason why you can't bring the continuity between the CPCs throughout the lights. Here, I get it. Some people don't. You know, it is what it is. If it was me, I'd do it the other way. Some people do it this way. But they're non-fire rated light fittings, but that's not a problem because this is a jettison at the end of the jettison. What am I saying? This is a single story extension at the back, which is very usual for old terraces where there's no bathroom upstairs, but there is at the far side of the kitchen. Kitchen's just there. So I've got no problem with the fire rating of the light fins because there's no livable space above. It's literally just a slight pitch roof on the back, and then it goes out to what is another utility room, like an outside coal shed. But there's obviously a shared neutral between these or something or other going on because I'm not going to turn the power on because I took the pull cord apart and this and that. So I'm going to figure out which is our permanent live, which is then our switch cable here, because you've got a twin and then you've got 2 singles, and down here you have a twin and a single. So I'm going to pull that off. That's a timed, no, it's not a timed fan. So we'll get that working, operating with this, but I'm going to start pulling this apart. I'd like to say I'd do it in order so we can figure out what's going to what, but I think the best course of action with this is to take everything off, figure out which is the mains in, which is the switch, which will be quite easy because we can see through the ceiling voids here and here. Give it a wiggle. There you go. Wherever that goes to. I can hear it going over there. So if that's a red, that might be that single red there. Yeah, all right, let me get this out and we'll have a look together. Right, that's our switch. There, I've linked that up. We've got 3 cables here, which are 3 cores, which have been snipped back, which is going to be these ones, so that's fine. I can only presume that this is our permanent. So the only way I would get around doing this is put your croc clips on it and go and turn it back on the board, but then you risk other stuff turning on to find out. But it makes sense that this is the only one that I can say is going to be permanent. But the problem is we've got a red single, we've got a red single down there, and then we have a black single. And the black single looks like it goes that way. But my problem is the extractor fan has a twin and a red single. So one of these red singles is going to be that. So I'm going to try and pull it across. And this black single, I can presume, is going into the neutral here, which then takes the neutral down there. But that's a single and that's not. So that's that far one. Honestly, please just comment text section now saying, shut up, Nick. It's not a twin over there. It was just hiding behind. From over here, it looked like a twin. So this black single here, which is above, which I've tested, is a black single over here. Right, perfect. So we know what everything is now. So I've figured out, I've figured out what everything does other than that, and everything else is dead, and everything else, I mean, this is still dead, look. I'll put it on my face and that'd be silly. Yeah, so that's fine. So I can get rid of that long black, the long red one there. I can snip that off, we don't need that. That one's already wired into the extractor. This one here needs to go into the neutral with this. Right, let's redress everything, let's re-earth everything. I've got the chance now to earth these stuff and pop a few more down. I've got some Wago boxes, I'll Wago it up and do it properly. I'll get some stuff in the van. Just spoke to the customer as well. The 6mm isn't in use whatsoever from the electrician who did the board change months and months and months ago. So I can just disconnect that from the board, get rid of that completely, because the oven is just on a plug that runs down and plugs into under the sink. So, right, we've got a box which feeds all the other lights. CPC is connected in. Don't know why I've done that, but they're there now. Way it goes through. We just need to connect to the light on this, and then that's done, sleeved up. What I like to do, anyone that's doing this to help people out in the future, if you can. I'm trying to find my writing. So the feed's got F written on it, the switch has got switch written on it, just so someone in the future, if they ever hit this down, they know that I think that was the feed that they need to double check because they're a competent person as well. Gonna jump to the switches. For some reason I sleeved up the red brown as well, and then we can get over there and do that. But we're very close to powering up and going to Argos and take a switch back. Not a switch, Kindle, fire, kids, not kids, Kindle, kids, fire. Ah, and a fan. So you just screw this back up now. It's all earth, it works, it double works and didn't go banging, sweet. If you're gonna do it, try and do it properly. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna screw a few socket fronts back now. I've had some off in the kitchen. That one off. So it's all nice. It's the first time I've ever took a socket off and there's a Wago socket on. Oh, someone's got too much money. Right, so I just finished, I'm locking up, I turned everything off, stick the board up, did what I need to do. I've been walking around for 15 minutes. I put the key down, and every time I go to the van, I take it with me just in case the door locks itself, which I've been and done before. I checked the van, I've checked my iPad, I've checked the board, I've checked the kitchen, I've done everything that I wanted to do, and I could hear this. Anyway, there's a fire truck down the road, so even if I wanted to get out, someone's house is, I'll show you. Cool, so I've got to sit in the van for a little bit then, because it's a one-way road. An hour, 60 minutes, lots of seconds, and yeah. There's 2 fire trucks now. Can't see any smoke or fire. I hope everyone's okay, genuinely. So I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to go on TikTok and something just hit my van? Was it a bird just put on the top of my van? Anyway, there's a fire car here now as well. Right. Anyway, like, subscribe if you haven't. I'm doing a video at my house tonight, which is in Amazon. It's probably already out, actually. I'm not sure. The process of me trying to put videos out is gone out the window. Anyway, I'm putting an Amazon tablet on the wall. If you've seen it, great. Go back and watch it again. Leave a thumbs up, comment below, all that jazz. I will see you soon. Take care now. Bye-bye then.